There's a guitar brain hack almost every advanced guitar player is using, whether they know it or not. And you can learn that same hack very quickly to supercharge your guitar practice. I've seen this work with hundreds of my students, and I only happened to learn it from an offhanded comment in a guitar player magazine I read in the 90s. I'm Jake, and I'm going to teach you this brain hack and how to use it. And the best part is you don't even need your guitar to make it work. We're going to cover 3 specific things: how your eyes and brain see the guitar differently, why that's a problem, and third, we're going to talk about how to fix it quickly. When you look at the guitar, you see a bunch of lines, the strings, the frets, the tuning pegs, you see the instrument. And you can use that visual cue to tell where to set your fingers to play whatever chord you happen to be working on. But when you close your eyes and you imagine that guitar, all of a sudden it gets to be a lot less clear. See, we all have a mental map of the guitar, which is great. But in the beginning, when we're starting out, that mental map is not very clear. It ends up being more like an M.C. Escher painting, the guy who had the stairwells going up and down and you couldn't tell which direction things were, than what the actual guitar looks like. This is because the guitar is new to us. Think about moving to a new town and you're driving from your, new house to work. Now, you may remember what direction to go, you may remember what street to be on, but you're not going to remember what's happening on each intersection. You're going to see a McDonald's and wonder if you've passed the office or if it's just before, because you don't remember seeing that McDonald's yesterday. It's the same with the guitar as we're getting started. Our mental map does not yet match the actual terrain of the instrument. Now, this is a huge problem because we might know we want to put our index finger on first fret of the 3rd string in order to start playing our E chord. But if we don't know where that is when we close our eyes, it's like having an address with no map telling us how to get there. This causes us to have to look back and forth between our left hand trying to figure out where to fret notes, our right hand trying to figure out which strings to strum, not to mention looking back and forth between the music. All this frantically looking can't happen quickly enough to stay in time with the music, and it causes us to add in tension, making it more difficult to play than it would be if we had an accurate mental map of our guitar. Our goal with this hack is to make our mental map the same as the actual guitar. All you have to do is close your eyes and vividly imagine your instrument, and then imagine yourself playing it. It sounds easy, and it is simple, but it's not always easy to do. I'm going to share a few tips to help you in this process in a sec. But why is this so difficult? We're so used to relying on our vision when we're playing guitar. It's like relying on GPS when we're getting around a new city. We plug in where we're supposed to go, the GPS tells us what to do. But if we were to not have that GPS, all of a sudden, we'd be lost. Same thing here. I'm going to go quickly through 6 tips to help you visualize and build your map of the guitar. The first is you don't need your guitar, and it's actually probably better if you don't have it when you start this exercise. Close your eyes and imagine yourself holding your guitar, specifically your guitar. Imagine every detail you can think of: the strings, the pickup arrangement, where the knobs are, the color, does it have dings, the way that it feels as it's sitting on your leg, or the strap over your shoulder. 3, imagine how that guitar feels. Feel the weight of it on your leg, the strap over your shoulder, how the wood feels on your thumb, what it feels like under your arm. You really want to vividly imagine what those sensations are like when you're holding the instrument. The more you can involve your senses in your imagination, the more vivid you can make this picture, the more quickly you're going to build your map of the guitar. Next, you imagine yourself strumming a chord. What does it physically feel like to fret that chord? Feel the strings under the fingers you would use to fret that chord. Imagine yourself strumming it, and in your mind, hear what that chord sounds like. Now, mentally switch to a new chord, going back and forth between these two, feeling what the strings would be like under your fingers, feeling your fingers release the neck as you move to the next chord. And don't forget to imagine the strum and what it sounds like when you play that chord. At first, this sounds really crazy and a little difficult, but with a little bit of practice, you'll start to vividly hear those chords and imagine your fingers on the strings on particular frets playing chords. And yes, you can do this with anything, scales or licks or riffs or chords or full songs. It's all about making sure your mind knows exactly what the guitar looks like, even when you close your eyes. If you need more help learning the guitar and building your mental map, you can join me for free at school.com/guitar in my free course and community, where I've laid out 7 days of practice for you, exactly what to play, how to play it to make the most progress possible as quickly as possible. I can't wait to see you inside.